Welcome once again to IT Nation Secure here in Orlando, Florida, the Gaylord Palms Resort. Right. So, we're here interviewing PitchIT contestants from this year and years past. And joining me is the host of the PitchIT event, Mr. Sean Lardo. How you doing, Sean?
I'm now Mr. Sean Lardo. Yes, I'm doing well, Mr. Ray Orsini. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, sir.
That's great. I'm Tree Mayor. Anyway, so yes, thanks for having us on. Thanks for bringing us into the light. I brought on with me, actually, a good friend of mine that I like to tell things to, talk to forcefully. Yes. Forcefully. Sometimes it's needed.
So anyway, she's over there, by the way.
Anyway, so no, and I will make the intro as simple as I can. This gentleman is from corporate America, engineer. Bunch of stuff we'll talk about in a minute, guaranteed. Also third place finisher last year for PitchIT. This year, head coach for PitchIT. Owner, founder.
Does he have a name?
President, Adam Alter.
Thank you. Of?
Humanize IT.
There you go.
I think I said that maybe.
Oh.
Wow. Yes. Humanize IT.
I'm glad you kept that short. I appreciate that.
I'm here for it.
How you doing, Adam?
You see why I have to talk more, because he keeps forgetting things.
Yes. Well, it's age.
It is,
age.
you know.
So you can't see the
senility, you can't see it yourself.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you need to be able to prompt it.
What?
Eat your Pop-Tart, Pops.
No, that's your deft kid coming in.
Who?
Nothing.
All right, so Humanize IT, selling unicorns. Talk to me, third place last year. Talk to me about that feeling first. What did it take to get there? How did you guys feel when you hit third place?
Well, it helps to have two people who cheat a lot, as your competitors.
Okay. I assumed rhymes were involved.
Yeah. So, two people who cheat. But also just getting to those final round was great because, it was all about developing relationships, and we actually honed our pitches with each other, like with the fellow group. And I think those of us who focused on working with each other rather than working in silos, I think we're the ones who rose to the top.
And now when you're coming back as a head coach for the new PitchIT class, how does it feel seeing, because this class is, I don't know if last year was like this, where you have veterans coming in, you have brand new fledgling SaaS companies coming in. How does it feel coaching this new class as compared to when you were part of it last year?
I had a lot of people reach out and ask me like what it is that they need to do. How can they, they're excited to be there. Any tips I have for them, and it's always the same. It's like build relationships and listen. And the best part of this is that networking opportunity. Even if you don't make it top three, you need to walk out with partnerships.
I think it's important because Adam came from outside the space. And the thing he was trying to figure out was, where do I go? How do I do this? How do I navigate? Who do I meet? So I think that something he said to me early on was like, that was one of his biggest takeaways, was he got to meet the people in the space, start to go to network, and then see where they're coming from to start understanding them too, to learn how best to provide.
Right.
So, and he's done a great job with it and across the board. He's obviously 6 foot freaking forever.
He's under 6 foot. Don't.
I slouched him.
That's true. Thanks for hunching.
But okay, so for those that don't know, what is Humanize IT?
We are a process in which we take your engineers and we try to humanize the process with your clients. No more pitching products, no more pitching tickets and SLAs. You are now going to talk to your client about what it is that they're trying to accomplish. Do you grow 20% this year? Do they want to bring on more clients? Are they trying to make their classrooms more accessible to their kids? These are the things that you need to know about so you can humanize the products you have and say which ones are going to solve the problem for them and help them grow. That's what people need to be focusing on, not the products themselves.
Sounds good. And line follow question.
You're doing great. Thank you for being here today.
The bourbon's wearing off.
Oh, I got it.
There was bourbon?
Oh, I got bourbon.
I got it there too.
I'm in.
I got 2 bottles. So when you came into the competition, you were already engaged with ConnectWise. Did you pull anything else out of the program from last year that helped you to advance?
Yeah, listening to the marketing specialists that we had, the people who came in and talked to us, I really learned more about what MSP's pain points are and how to resonate with those. We want to help solve these problems of how do you talk to your customers. And then out of that, we built new products within our platform that solve very specific problems, like a client portal that allows you to have better QBRs with your clients. We didn't realize that was a pain point, that they want a client portal. They want this. And they don't want something that's just going to be a lot of work. They want something that they can take care of right now because they're busy. And so how do I get the mission of Humanize IT translated into this? And that was what we spent a good 3-4 months last year working on. We had to pivot and really think about, oh, this is something that people want. Let's take a risk. Let's push forward and build this, because this is the feedback we're getting from the PitchIT competition and the MSPs we met at IT Nation last year. And that's the thing, is we learned how to hone our messaging. We learned how to hone our product to things that MSPs actually need.
And how is it this year being at IT Nation Secure? Obviously last year we got 3rd place, you were Connect, giant show. Now you're coming in as, we did this, we got 3rd place, we've been through this. You win it first, right? Does it affect how you participate in a trade show like this?
Yeah, because we won Most Innovative Solution last year.
Yes.
We may not have gotten 1st place, but I've got a nice glass trophy over there that says that ConnectWise believes in what we're doing, and that they recognize that this is something that the industry needs. So when I come to this event, I bring that with me. I say, look, we've been validated. We've been through the PitchIT program. We're not just a fly-by-night startup. We are somebody who's been through the ringer, and we're going to help our companies, our clients succeed.
Perfect.
I love that. Let's go one step further. And you said you listen to people and their advice on what to do to pivot and whatnot. We start working on the next round of things, right? So one thing that, and I know Ray loves this because coming from the MSP piece, dashboards are so important.
Oh yeah.
Right? We started about persona dashboards and everything else. Like, you've done a very good job at pivoting and making this into this is becoming an aggregated reporting system on every persona in a business. Mm-hmm. So we talked about credit scores. So do you want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah.
The CISO?
We have a CISO dashboard, and you can put your scores, like was it an overall NIST score, a CIS score? And so your client can see, this is where I am, and this is where my MSP can take me. And so when you're putting on that CISO persona, when you're putting on that hat, because as an MSP, you're wearing 30 different hats. Are you talking about budgeting? Are you talking about operations? Are you talking about security? So when we talk about security, you pull up your CISO persona, and over here you've got your client score. You've got the opportunities in ConnectWise that are coming up, and the compliance initiatives that are in ConnectWise that are coming up. And maybe some of these other vendors are feeding you, but it's all popping up on that dashboard, so you can have that conversation in context.
That's an interesting approach, because normally, you sit down to work in Word or Excel and you have to put yourself in that mode to work and say, I'm going to make a PowerPoint presentation, right? Like, you have to be in that mode. You're saying, no, I'm trying to accomplish this business objective. This is my mode. Give me the data that reflects that mode.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's the opposite way of approaching it, but I think it's a more intelligent way of approaching the data. So you only have what you need. And you're acknowledging that as the MSP, you may be the CISO, you may be the janitor, you may be the guy changing the sign.
You've got lots of hats.
Black. Yeah,
Do you have just the one hat, or do you have many hats?
I have many hats. They're all kangaroo.
Okay.
All the kangaroos are dead.
All the kangaroos are dead.
What hat are you wearing today? That's the MSP owner, and that's what we get to learn. Like, we'd have a guy come up to us, or a girl come up to us, and they're like, I'm a salesperson, but tomorrow I am the CEO. And then the next day, they're the accountant.
Right.
And so you take those personas that you are doing in your MSP and build them. And then when you hire somebody, give them the persona. Say, this is what I care about, this is what I do. When you hire the next person, now you can go have your Mai Tai on the beach because you hired 3 people for these 3 personas that you defined.
So it's owner-led to eventually employee-led. Mm-hmm. Everything.
Sure.
I like that.
The right data at the right time. I love it. All right. Well, if you want to learn more about Humanize IT or about Adam himself, the contact information will be in the show notes below. Please reach out to them. And thank you so much for being part of this, man.
Thank you, sir.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.